Hello, I'm Robin Henning, and welcome to another Exchange Life Nugget of Truth. Well, the Christmas season is upon us, and as the song goes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. But why is that? For many folks, it's wonderful because of the gifts, especially for the kids. Christmas has become all about stuff. Buying stuff, giving stuff, getting stuffed. And then there's the competition of Black Friday and Cyber Monday and who can get the best deal on more stuff. There's a well-known company in our area that uses the song lyrics in their commercials, "I want it all and I want it now." Seriously? It makes me want to barf every time that commercial comes on. Sometimes I wish we could totally do away with all of the gift giving of Christmas. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Scrooge. I love to give gifts. But if we stripped away the gift giving, what would we be left with? Yeah, the real reason for the season, and that's Jesus. So what are some practical things that we can do to stay focused on Jesus this holiday season? Well, first, not only read the accounts that are found in Matthew and Luke's Gospels, but study them in depth. Use your imagination to put yourself in Mary or Joseph's position. What would you have done? How would you have reacted to the Immaculate Conception, the pregnancy time, the journey to Bethlehem and the birth of Jesus? Other than Joseph, Mary may have had only one other supporter, and that was her relative Elizabeth, who had the joy of giving birth to John the Baptist in a very unique, divine way. They could relate to one another. It's likely that many in Mary's family and in the community ostracized her for getting pregnant out of wedlock. Many could not understand why Joseph did not divorce her. In fact, we know that if it hadn't been for a dream, a divine dream, where God spoke to Joseph and said, don't divorce her, the pregnancy is from me, that he was planning to do just that. Can you imagine the pressure that he felt taking his very pregnant wife to Bethlehem? Did they realize that this had to happen in order to fulfill Micah chapter 5, verse 2, and the prophecy that the Messiah would come from Bethlehem? I really seriously doubt that he opened up Micah and showed her that verse and said, "Here, honey, this is why we have to make this trip." Can you imagine their conversation? I've known a few Jewish ladies in my life. I think that was probably one of the hardest conversations that Joseph and Mary ever had. How he convinced her to go, I don't know, but I can't imagine what she went through in that journey and what he went through. We know that God used the Roman government to make this happen, probably because he knew there was no other way Joseph was going to be able to convince Mary to make a trip like that on a donkey this late in her pregnancy. Can you imagine their conversation along the way? Well, listen, I encourage you to watch the movie The Nativity. I think it's the most realistic depiction of these events that Hollywood has ever made. Make it a point, as a family, to read Matthew and Luke's accounts and watch that movie together. Listen to Christmas music that focuses on Jesus. This is going to help you and your family defeat the enemy's attempt to get you distracted by the stuff of the season. And always remember that Jesus really is the reason for the season. So stay focused on him. Have a blessed week in Jesus.